Hey everyone, welcome back to Fancy Schmancy Wino. I'm James, not Jimmy, but by now you know that. We're here today at the wine gallery at Villa Macris with Jason Forbes, who's going to help you pick some wines for the holiday season. You've got Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, whatever else you're planning for, and Jason's going to help us maybe not just pick brands or labels, but what kind of wines or what kind of grapes would we want for Christmas, New Year's, etc. So Jason, what should we do this Christmas?
This holiday season, well, you usually have a large group of people with a bunch of different varying tastes in wine. The safe way to go with that would be our first wine here, which is a sparkling wine. This is a Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, sparkling wine, high acidity, just matches well with all different types of food. If there's a big group of people that come in, I always tell them, start with a champagne or a sparkling wine. The high acidity is just the way to go. And this one's the Grand Mark. It retails around $19 a bottle. It's made locally, Lake Michigan shores, so it's up in Tabor Hill. Just a really nice job that they do with their Grand Mark sparkling wine.
So this goes well with, obviously appetizers, but through the whole meal.
Through the whole meal, so you can have that all the way up to dessert. It's just that high acidity cuts through butter, cuts through fat, cuts through just everything, cleanses the palate. And it's a great little wine there.
So something like that, is that a dry champagne or a dry sparkling?
That is dry.
Okay.
Yeah, they do make some. We'll talk to us about some bubblies that are sweet at the end.
Okay.
But that is that's a dry style wine.
Okay, yeah, that's my favorite. The sweet ones, it kind of starts to interact with the meal. But okay, what else would we want to consider for the holiday season?
Okay, another one that goes well with like a lighter style meat. Where when it comes to turkey, it's like, I don't know where to go. Do I go white? Do I go red? Well, I always like to suggest a rosé. So this isn't a sweet rosé. This is a dry style rosé. Europeans tend to their rosés are not our white Zinfandels. Two totally different things. So this is a rosé. This is from Sanford. If you've seen the movie Sideways, it's mentioned in that movie. So Sanford does a real good job with their rosé. This is Pinot Noir is the grape, but it's made in the rosé style. So it's a lighter color. But it just goes so well with the turkey. It goes well with the cranberry sauces. It's just my go-to wine when it's the holiday season.
So you say it's dry, like the white Zinfandel has that sweetness. This is more like a Pinot Noir itself?
Right, but a lighter style. So you'll still smell sweetness. You'll smell like watermelon. You'll smell, it'll smell like it's going to be sweet, but when you get it on the palate, it's a dry style wine. So less residual sugar in this rosé here than, let's say, a white Zinfandel.
Okay, nice. And so I see we got a regular white as we move ahead.
We do, and so I went with, I like to do, this is Pinot Gris. It's also known as Pinot Grigio, just depends where it's grown. So in Italy, normally it's Pinot Grigio, but this is Willamette Valley. Willamette Valley's in Oregon, really known for their Pinot Noirs. But when it comes to whites, they're doing a good job with their Pinot Gris. And Pinot Gris tend to be lighter in style. I don't want to say simple because there is some complexity to it, but it's just for a group setting, it's not going to offend anybody. It's not going to be over oaked. It's not going to be, this is too much of this is too much of that. It's just a nice, easy drinking white wine. So we do quite well with the Elk Cove here, Pinot Gris, here at the gallery. And again, it's going to go well with like the turkey dishes, and you probably don't want to over sauce it, but just nice light meats. This Pinot Gris can go well with, but also goes well with salads. Just not overly complicated wine.
So what are the flavors that would jump out from this? I know like Sauvignon Blanc, we think of citrus, think of lemon. What would we think of in the Pinot world?
Yeah, so Pinot Gris is usually more muted, but when you get to Pinot Gris, you can get a lot of tropical notes. So sometimes you can get, you can smell some banana, some guava. You're just going to get less of that big butter oak kind of sensation and smell to it.
Okay. Huh. That makes sense, and again, I think I see where that would go with the entire meal. And some folks just steer clear of the red, so that'll keep that part of the family happy. But it looks like maybe we're going red for the rest of the family. What's next?
Yeah, I think so. So when we get into, because it's not, if you're having steak for the holidays, then you're probably going to want to go with something big and red. But normally we get a lot of, the turkey, the goose, the duck, and that thing. So I went with a lighter style red as well. So the Pinot Noir. I went with a nice Pinot Noir. The Etude family in the Carneros region of California. They just do a fantastic job with their Pinot Noirs. So this is the 2014. This is the Etude. This is their Grace Benoist Ranch Pinot Noir. It's a little more pricey, but it's fantastic. So it's a lighter style red. So you're not going to get a lot of the tannins. You're going to get more fruit. Still dry, but it's not going to seem as dry as other red wines that have a lot of tannins that just soak up everything and just make your mouth just gritty and just pucker. This one's going to have a lot of red fruit to it, strawberry, cranberry. So you'll get a lot of the red fruit sensation without all the without the sugar, residual sugar. So yeah, that goes well again. I mean, it's kind of like the Pinot Noir Rosé. Same thing. It's going to go well with the turkey, the stuffing, just everything that's normally on a holiday table.
Okay.
You know.
And you said it's a little pricier, maybe 30, 40.
Yeah, this one's about 35 here.
Okay, so that's still in that range of reason, especially for the holiday, and depending on the family you have coming over, maybe you're willing to splurge. So where do we go from there?
So okay, so the next one is for everyone who's got an Aunt Sally, right? So Aunt Sally comes to the party. She don't care what she drinks. She's just there, and she's going to drink all your wine, right? So you want to pick like the most inexpensive wine possible. Okay, so this is like, I didn't even pick it
it's
by
like
the brand
you've been to family
name.
dinner.
This is like a $5 bottle. So what you do is you pick a good bottle for yourselves, right? And you have that stashed somewhere. Then you just have this out, and this is for Aunt Sally. So when Aunt Sally comes, she's just going to she's just going to be down in the wine. So for Aunt Sally, we just pick something inexpensive. That's for Aunt Sally right there. I think that's going to be good. And I think also you got to do with the wine glasses. So when it's you have like 4 serious wine drinkers,
yeah.
right? And the rest are just there to have a good time. So you pick the good expensive one, $50 bottle for yourselves. You use a big glass because this wine, you fill it up, a quarter of the way, that's like half a bottle. So then you pour for you and your 3 friends that are the big wine people, do that. Then with this, you take this, the cheap one, the inexpensive one, and you put it in the decanter.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you just fill this
We're
thing
showing
in the
off to the
decanter.
family.
And then what you do is you leave it out, but you hide this bottle, right? Where's Aunt Sally going to go? She's going straight for the good stuff. Because,
that's all you're going to put out.
She knows you're going to put the good stuff out. So then, she'll use the little glass, and she can fill up as many times as you want. You'll walk around with your Pinot Noir, and, and it's a beautiful holiday party. But the point is, you really don't want to spend a lot of money if you're just doing a big group of of people that are not going to enjoy your wine. So, but you want to do decent wine. Because if you have to drink it as well, you want something good. But I like to hide it in your own glass plan myself. That's the way we go.
Well, I think you hit on the reality that we'd want a big red if we're having steak, but if we're having a bunch of family over, we're not having steak, and we certainly don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on wine to hear the complaints about whatever, because that's what we do as family, don't we? We complain. So you heard it from Jason. Get yourself a nice bottle of whatever they're selling at Costco or Martin, Safeway.
Oh, you come to the wine gallery here too if you're in the area, and we'll set you up with some. Oh, we've got a big group of people. Then I've got some bottles that taste good, that aren't going to break the bank for sure. And then I've got a couple that are, you want to enjoy something a little bit nicer on the side. I got that for you as well.
Well, if you've been watching this whole time, you know that we just talked about some options, affordable, especially for remember Aunt Sally and her drinking problem. But and then we cut off there briefly. The iPhone took a break for us. So I think Jason was going to tell us about something on maybe the sweeter end that might be a great way to finish off the meal, unless you're a sweet wine drinker.
Yeah, if you're a sweet wine drinker, or if you want to just enjoy something a little bit different, then what's the big rage right now is the Moscato d'Asti. This is from the same, it's from Italy. It's made in the same style. So it's a frizzante, which just means it's got a little bit of bubble to it, a little effervescent, but not like a full-on sparkling wine. This is a red version, and it's definitely sweet, but I do want to show you what it looks like. It's just got a beautiful color. It's going to be a little bit darker fruit on the palate than your Moscato d'Asti, but if you want to try something different, this is one of our best sellers. So it's the Bellafina Rosa Dolce, which just means sweet red, but low in alcohol and just high in sugar. It's going to go well with the dessert. You can have it as dessert on its own, or if the only wines you like are sweet wines, then you can have that with the entire meal.
Okay, and so with the fizzy wine, like if I leave this out, Am I going to lose that fizz pretty quick?
2 days. I'd say 2 days. I keep the cork on it or the screw cap and keep it in the refrigerator overnight. But I guarantee you, if you open this at a party, it'll be gone. It'll be gone.
So we kind of laid out what we do for the holidays, in particular Christmas. But would you do something different or something the same for your New Year's dinner or your New Year's party?
For New Year's, I think I would do the same. I would have a variety of wines. I'd have the sparkling for the toast, but then also keep in mind that a lot of people aren't big fans of sparkling wine. So I like to let them toast with whatever they're drinking at the time, whatever they like. I don't want to go around and pour a bunch of sparkling wine for people that aren't going to enjoy it. So I let them pick their own wine, and we have a nice little toast with what they enjoy.
Okay. So he said what we've heard before, to drink what you like. He gave us some advice as far as maybe if you're going to come into a wine shop like this, to just be honest about what you're looking for. I got 20 people coming. They don't necessarily like wine. What do you offer? Now, if I go to the big box stores, I'm looking at certain labels. What kind of wines do you focus on here at the wine gallery?
So here we do have some wines that you'll recognize by the label, but predominantly we carry smaller production wines. That I find that when the producer is just honing in on their wines, they want to put out the best wine they can. They don't have to do a mass production where it's just about numbers and pushing out the numbers. So but we do carry wines that are priced from $7 on up. So we do have the inexpensive priced wines. But still, I find that the ones that we carry taste pretty good, especially for the price.
So if I come into Jason, I can say, I like a Pinot, or I want this cab, or whatever it is, and he's going to be able to point you to something maybe you haven't had before, maybe surprise the family. It's not going to be something they've seen on the grocery store shelves over and over. We're going to drink what we like. We're going to put it in our own budget, and just be honest. Tell Jason, this is what I'm looking to spend, and he'll get you there. He's not looking to be impressed by what you know or don't know, or to impress you as much as to make your party a success. So we've got some ideas for Christmas, for New Year's. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to review a couple more sparkling wines to kind of review what I like, what my brother likes, maybe even be the same sparkling wines. But thanks to Jason for the time.
Thanks for having me.
And for Fancy Schmancy Wino, I'm James. Cheers.
Cheers.